Hello, how you doing? Hope everybody's having an enjoyable Tuesday wherever you are at globally. I am here. I reside in Atlanta, Georgia. So let me say good evening and greetings and much peace. So I am up to date. So I bring you greetings again. I am doing a current live audio for Tuesday, October the 23rd, 2018. And I think that, as a matter of fact, I know that this conversation that I'm going to have or I'm going to speak on will probably step on some people's toes, might even get them in their feelings, or they might even step back and be like, you know what, I need to get it together. So what I'm going to be speaking on is feeling stuck in life, 10 powerful ways to free yourself. So let me just go ahead because it's a lot that I'm going to speak on. So are you feeling stuck in life? Many people do. Sometimes it feels as if we simply cannot move on with our life, as if there was something that kept us from pursuing our dreams. Consequently, we feel limited and simply do not know what to do. We have no idea how to break free from the limitations that are imposed upon us. What is worse, we do not even know what it is that imposes these limitations on us. It's quite scary to be confronted with an invisible obstacle you cannot seem to tackle. Even though the situation may seem hopeless, there's much you can do about it. In fact, there are a variety of highly efficient tactics and powerful tricks you can use to free yourself from being stuck in a rut. I'm sure some of you know how that is, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't move, feeling like, why am I doing all this because I'm not getting anywhere? You know, it could be maybe you're working at a job and it's just a dead end job. It's going nowhere. There's no growth. There's no advancement. There's no nothing. Or you could be working a job that's pretty decent and your value or worth is not being appreciated and you want to do something else, whatever that may be, whether it's getting a different job or starting in your own business, or perhaps you're already in your own business, but you want to focus more on your business and getting it more off the ground. So there's an interesting aspect to the feeling of being stuck. Many people who report that they're feeling overwhelmed, confused, or stuck in a rut are in many cases quite talented, intelligent, and ambitious. So, in fact, there are some various brilliant people that found themselves stuck in life. That's ranging from Albert Einstein to Walt Disney. These prominent examples show us that people who are feeling stuck in life still have the potential to accomplish a great deal in life if they are able to overcome what is holding them back. So feeling stuck in life can seem as if you're not moving forward, even when you move. If you do not know how to precisely tackle the issue, breaking free from feeling stuck in life can be really difficult. The harder you try to get out of it, the more you're getting stuck. That's the big problem with being stuck in a rut. It gradually weakens your strength to get unstuck. The situation is comparable to the attempt of breaking free from quicksand. So the more you struggle, the deeper you'll get in it. But if you do know that the only way out of a quicksand is to stop panicking, to lie on your back, excuse me, and to drag your feet out, the obstacle can be overcome. So the same holds true for feeling stuck in life. If you're thinking really hard about your situation, you'll find yourself walking around in a circle. It will get you nowhere. You'll just be walking around in a circle, just confused forever. But like a comic figure that keeps walking around in circles, you'll only create an ever deeper mental groove. There's no point in overthinking the problem. In fact, continuously pondering about the problem will only get you deeper into the groove. So, breaking free from feeling stuck in life. What can you do to get unstuck? Excuse me. What can you do to get unstuck? As we have already established, you won't be able to break free by digging deeper. What is necessary is to find another approach that helps us to address the underlying issue. And I quote, "We must be willing to let go of the life we have planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us." Say it again. We must be willing to let go of the life we have planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. So it doesn't matter so much what obstacle is blocking your progress. What matters is that you learn to move forward despite being confronted with challenges, because we all know in life is not perfect with the white picket fence. We are going to go through challenges. That is the real world. Challenges, struggles, difficulties, everything, obstacles. You have all the power you need to take the necessary steps to break out of the rut. However, every fiber of your body must be willing to affect this change. So you have to be willing to want to do it, even when you're feeling uncomfortable. Breaking free from whatever is holding you back is always a choice. We do have choices, people. Take this choice and learn to gain more control over your feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. So, here's what you can do to free yourself from being stuck in a rut. You can face your fears. People are unable to move forward because they are afraid. Whatever we fear limits us. And in many cases, fear prohibits us from making any further progress in life. We're afraid of the unknown, which is why we unconsciously sabotage our own development. We learn to accept the situation we find ourselves in. It simply seems more comfortable to remain where we are than to move on. Living a life without risk might seem a logical thing to do. But after a certain time, we become so used to our comfort zone that it'll be difficult to ever break free from it. Slowly but surely, we begin to realize that this habit led us to become stuck in life. At some point in life, we simply became afraid of going any further. We gave into our fears. We allowed fear to stop our progress in life. Does this sound familiar to anyone? If we want to get unstuck, it's important to change how we perceive our fears. We might not be able to stop being afraid of that which is to come, but we can learn to control our fears. So acknowledge your fears, but do not allow them to limit you. Seek to confront that which you are afraid of. Running away from your fears will most likely make things worse. Keep pushing forward in spite of your fears. Don't allow your fear of losing what you have to stop you from moving on. Do not be afraid of the work and time it takes to affect change. And feel your fear and do it anyway. Excuse me. Everyone on this planet, and I mean really everyone, has fears. We all have fears at some point in time. It's not something to be ashamed of. Instead, try to think about the worst possible outcome of that which is causing your anxiety. While you think about this outcome, try to realize that even if the worst case scenario were to happen, you would still be able to find a way out. There's no need to be afraid of failure. Be concerned about not having the courage to try. If you really want to initiate positive change in your life, let go of the feeling that you are helpless. Do not allow your perceived powerlessness discourage you from making a change in your life. Most likely, it's just your fear trying to persuade you to do nothing about your situation. Excuse me. Feeling really congested all of a sudden. Next is break your routine. Feeling stuck in life can be the result of unhealthy and restraining routines. Developing a routine can be quite beneficial. It helps you to keep moving when the going gets tough. The development of habits will aid you to do quite complex things with the greatest ease. As such, routines provide you a fundament and structure you can work with. While it's certainly true that routine is helpful, it can also limit your progress in life. It can develop into restrictive rules and obligations difficult to break. Yet we willingly abide these rules because they give us a sense of security and control. Moving on in life, however, requires us to break the existing structures from time to time. And breaking the rules gives us the opportunity to explore something out of the ordinary. It helps us to discover something new, surprising, and exciting. So expand your horizon. Do something new every day. Avoid time wasting and mindless routines. They prohibit your progress. Routinely break your routine. Make it a habit of exploring the unknown. Break restricting routines whenever they need to be broken. Overcoming that what you've always done is really important. It will help you to break free from feeling stuck in life. And breaking out of the ordinary allows us to unstuck ourselves from everything that is keeping us behind. There is so much to be found outside your usual routine. You'll only need the courage to explore it. And sidebar, this may not be for everyone, and that is okay. This is just something in general that I'm speaking on. And if you feel it and you feel like it can work for you, that is awesome. If not, find something else, or perhaps you have found something else that's working for you. And that is great because guess what? At the end of the day, it's about you and what works for you. Next, affect change one step at a time. If you're feeling stuck in life, it's important to overcome that which prevents you from moving forward. This might sound simple in theory, but it can become quite a struggle in real life. In fact, most people get overwhelmed by their attempts to break free from a rut. To them, it will seem as if they do everything they can without ever accomplishing something. So for this reason, it's not so important how much you do, but how you go about affecting change. Make sure to maintain your motivation by keeping a constant level of change. It's better to tackle one problem after another than half wholeheartedly trying to address everything simultaneously. Not only will the sheer size of the problem overwhelm you, but it could also make you reluctant to truly free yourself. And another quote: "It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop." Again, it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay? Try to stick to one problem until it is solved, one problem after another. This way, you can affect positive changes in your life step by step. Next, overcome the perception of impossibilities. Feeling stuck in life can leave us not knowing what to do. It paralyzes us and diminishes our ability to see exciting new opportunities. Instead, we feel as if the options at hand are impossible to execute. We are torn between seemingly impossible options. If every solution you can think of seems impossible to accomplish, you'll get even more stuck. It's an overwhelming situation. On one hand, you want to do something to affect change. On the other hand, everything that comes to mind seems unrealistic or impossible. As a result, you're being pulled apart by multiple options that do not seem helpful to you. Even though your situation may seem hopeless at times, there's always something you can do about it. True impossibilities are very rare. It's more likely that you're simply overwhelmed by having too many choices. So as you can see, our thinking patterns can greatly contribute to the feelings of being stuck. And if we think every option we have is impossible, no progress can be made. It's our inflexibility what keeps us stuck. We might overthink the situation in our desperate attempt to maintain control over our life. Instead of getting trapped by these thinking patterns, try to explore your options. It's very likely that you already know a lot of directions you could move in. If that's the case, try to find the one solution that you like the most and commit to the decision. Next is be honest with yourselves. Ooh, yeah. So, possibly multiple times in your life, my life, we have that my life is stuck. So interestingly enough, we did not know the reason for being stuck. So deep within ourselves, what we needed to do about our situations. The problem wasn't so much that we couldn't find a solution, but quite the contrary, there were many solutions and opportunities. We simply couldn't come up with the necessary courage to implement one of these. So if we do want to break free from being stuck, it's necessary to be honest with ourselves. We need to be honest with ourselves. How can we be honest with somebody else when we're not honest with ourselves, right? That finger always tends to point back. We almost always have the answer within ourselves. It might take some time to discover it, but it's always there. The problem is that we do not act upon this knowledge. We prefer to keep this answer locked within ourselves. Have the courage to at least think about the possible solution. It might be challenging to even consider acknowledging that you took a wrong path in life. Because, we really don't want to admit that we mess up. It's easier to it's easier to lie. A lot of us, it's easier to lie so that, we don't want to feel embarrassed. We don't want to let people know that, we just took a wrong path, took a wrong direction. But ultimately, it might prove to be better than suffering from this decision for the rest of your life. Change your perspective. When we feel stuck in life, we most certainly do not have a good overview of the situation. And unfortunately, the feeling of being stuck in a rut can heavily affect our perception of life. Instead of seeing a great deal of the broader perspective, our mind is imprisoned in a tiny little box. That's how some of our minds are. So it's time to broaden our perspectives, right? Oftentimes we get stuck in life because we do not allow ourselves to become who we want to be. We're being what other people want us to be, right? We're trying to people please. And in the meantime, we're very miserable. Instead, we adapt to the role various people expect us to play. We do not like it, but deep down we are convinced that it's impossible to realize these dreams. So it's time to break these negative beliefs. You better believe it. We are almost in 2019, and you need to stop living your life for everyone else and live the life that you want to live and be the person that you want to be. As long as you are not hurting someone else or hurting yourself, live your life. We don't know how long we're going to be on this planet. So be the best self or be the best you that you can be and start achieving some of those goals. You may not achieve all of them, but if you can achieve some of those goals, I'm sure that'll make you feel really good. But to know that you haven't achieved nothing, like you went through life not achieving anything you wanted to do, but you were so busy being what everybody else wanted you to be. What was that? You're miserable in life. You're unhappy. Stop walking the same path you've always chosen. Explore new perspectives by taking other paths. Ask yourself what your real goals are. Explore what you're passionate about. Discover what it is that truly energizes you, like gets you going, like gets you excited. Find your true purpose in life. Challenge yourself to have a vision for your life. Step outside the box. It's okay. It might feel a little uncomfortable, granted, but it will make you feel good. All these things can fuel your motivation in the most astonishing ways. Discovering your vision and the pursuit of your passions can create a powerful drive. It can help you to liberate yourself from the vicious circle of being stuck. So by having the courage to live your authentic life, because that is what I say, #authentic self, but your authentic self, you will liberate yourself. Okay, so again, by having the courage to live your authentic self, you will liberate yourself. So know the difference between feeling and fact. You feel as if you're stuck in life. Therefore, you conclude that you cannot move on. Sometimes, however, our emotions might not be telling the entire truth. The inability to get unstuck may feel very real, but in the end, it's just a feeling. And this very feeling creates our perception of the situation. So for this reason, it's important to remind yourself that feelings are not facts. Try to look at your situation more objectively. Emotional responses might cloud your perception of reality. Feeling stuck in life could be a response to exaggerate expectations or mere fantasies. Perhaps if the situation is not that bad at all, it's simply external influences that make you think you're not moving on with life. Here's another one of those step on your toes and get you in your feelings. Avoid blaming others, people. We're kind of good for doing that, right? We blaming everybody else for something. Stop. It's relatively easy to blame others when we feel stuck. While this is a great strategy to maintain peace of mind, it will contribute nothing to the solution of your problem. In the worst case, blaming others will get you even more stuck. How about that? In almost every situation of life, you'll most likely find someone else to blame. This person might give you the substitute sensation of having solved the problem, but in reality, nothing is solved. So even though you like to find an external cause for your situation, try to seek that cause within yourself first. That's why I always say when we get into that, we pointing the fingers at people and blaming other people. Do you realize that there is a finger that is pointing back at you? So maybe you need to check yourself, because I always say it starts with you. I'm sure that there are situations where, it's somebody else that started it. But a lot of times we have that choice and that decision to make to recognize it within ourselves first. Stop comparing yourself to others. Oh, that is such a big one. And that could be friends, siblings, children, relationships, like that can work related. Ooh, stop comparing yourself to others. While it's a natural tendency to compare yourself to other people, it's not the best thing to do. While we think we compare ourselves in an objective manner, quite the contrary is the case. Our measures are superficial and unfair. In most situations, we take our weakest spots and compare these with people who are above average in this area. These comparisons are really not helpful. We're simply two individuals to compare ourselves with another. If you're feeling stuck in life, try not to measure your life's worth based on other people's accomplishments. Because that's their lane, we have our lane. It might, like, that fortune might be for them, and it was their time. When it's your time, you're going to have your thing going on. So measure your life based upon your own standards. Don't just mindlessly adopt society's definition of success. Find your very own. Right? Create your own. Did I not say build your own? Like, create your own happiness. Build on your own happiness. Create your success. And stop making excuses. Excuses keep us from moving forward in life. And I quote, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Right? If you really want to do something, you'll find that way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse after excuse after excuse. So don't allow excuses to keep you right where you are. Stop trying to rationalize why you can't get on with your life. Don't focus on all the different reasons that keep you stuck. Shift your attention to what needs to be done to affect positive change. In the end, the only one that is holding you back is yourself. Do not fall prey to the mistake of focusing all your attention on lousy excuses. Look for the steps you can take that will get you out of your situation. And lastly, be grateful for what you have, right? With all of this, sometimes we don't stop to be grateful and appreciative. Excuse me. Wow. Be grateful for what you have. When we sometimes feel as if we're not moving forward, when we think we haven't yet accomplished enough in life, as a result, we're quite frustrated about our situation. If we do not succeed as much as we desire, it can feel as if we're stuck in life. Developing the habit of being grateful can help you to ease the feeling of being stuck. It helps us to rediscover what is beautiful about our life. Gratitude can also enable us to find what makes our life worth living. As a positive side effect, we spent a lot less time chasing ever more, right? Instead, we learn to find joy and fulfillment in everything we already have. Ultimately, this is the way to truly relieve yourself from the feeling of not being able to move on. So take yourself some time to count your blessings, right? Appreciate everything you've been given. Another thing I always say is when you wake up, be appreciative, be grateful. Go to whatever your spiritual path, faith, walk of life is, and be appreciative. Just take that time in the morning before you really get started and just be appreciative. Because somebody does not have what you have, as far as having a roof over your head, clothes to put on your back, different clothes to put on your back every day, different shoes or sneakers to put on your feet, something to eat, right? Water to wash their body, soap with the water to wash their bodies, deodorant, like all of that. Be appreciative for everything, from the smallest to the biggest. Ultimately, this is the way to truly, again, relieve yourself from the feeling of not being able to move on. Appreciate everything you've been given. So I hope that you enjoyed these 11 ways that I spoke of as far as breaking free from feeling stuck in life. I certainly did. It just gave me some reminders to just continue to step my own personal game up. I hope that it resonated with you. If it didn't, that's okay. Share it. Share this video or share this audio. Make it go viral. I'd like to welcome everybody to join my social media outlets, which of course I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And I'm all under Aisha Speaks Jade. Again, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and I have a YouTube channel, which you can hit the thumbnail, subscribe to it, as well as hit the notification bell. And definitely appreciate your patience with all of the audios that are being uploaded to everything. And, so thank you guys for that. Also, I'd like to thank you for all the support that I've been getting on Facebook and especially Instagram. I have to really go back and check like my YouTube and all the other outlets, but big ups for you guys with Instagram. So make sure that you listen to the replays and like them and share them and support and make go viral. Also, if you are in the Atlanta or Metro Atlanta area and you're interested in perhaps me coming out and just being my authentic self, speaking from experience and how you can push forward from dark days to where you're currently at now. Like, you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay stuck in your life. You do have a choice. And stop letting people hold you back, and stop living your life for everybody else, and live the best life that you want and that you can be, despite the challenges and the struggles that you're going to go through, because we're going to go through those. Remember self-care. Always remember self-care. That is a necessity. That's not an option. It is a necessity. Be your authentic self. Love yourself, because it starts with you first. Respecting yourself, loving yourself, liking yourself. Work on your internal, and it brings out your external. Remember to take care of the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Know your worth. Know yourself. With that being said, I'd like to just say thank you again. I hope everyone, wherever you're at, enjoys the rest of your Tuesday. Be good to yourself. Create your happiness. Create it. Create your happiness. With that being said, I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully. I should be back tomorrow. It's just getting back on my feet. I'm so glad that I feel better, that I'm able to work on things that I need to work on. That food poisoning, stomach virus is not a game. So, much love, positive vibes, awesome energy to everyone. Appreciation, gratitude, humbleness, thankfulness. Namaste and Ashe. Be good to yourself, guys.